What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Before anything else, let me start by saying Merry Christmas to Jamaicans at home and abroad, and to everyone watching wherever you are in the world. Today is a day of love, family, gratitude and reflection. It's a day when we slow down, hug our loved ones and give thanks for life. But Christmas is also a time when truth hits a little deeper because it reminds us of care, responsibility, and community. On a day like today, some people might ask, why talk about serious issues on Christmas? And the answer is simple. Because if we truly love our country and our people, then we can reflect and still be honest. I came across this viral video featuring a Jamaican speaker who is clearly angry, emotional, and frustrated. His delivery is raw, sometimes aggressive. But behind the tone is a message that many Jamaicans quietly feel but don't always say out loud. This video isn't about gossip, personalities, or cliques. It's about why so many citizens feel unheard.
Jamaica, let me ask you one question. Yeah? So I sit on the Star where Rhoda, the MP, Central Manchester, nice young lady, based on where we meet the eye, right? And you're telling me that no, it is a big talk and a big discussion all over. The newspaper and everybody are waste quality time to talk about what? An alleged relationship between Andrew Holness and Rhoda, and all the fact that Juliet Holness give her a cold shoulder. With all due respect, I don't give a rat's ass as to who Andrew want there with, or who Mark Golden want there with, or who Rhoda want there with. We don't care. We no business with that. There are far too much important things in the friggin' country for us to be majoring in those minor things. We don't give a rat's ass. Who want there with who have found a business? I am concerned about the fact that there's a rapid global shift in how we trade. The BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, BRICS, go do no research. 97 countries will be joining the BRICS. Jamaica is not a part of that. Why? Because the US dollar a crash and nobody not talk about in the damn sitting. Nobody in the flipping country is talking about this thing. You have a big old fat one from over nationwide. Who him sit down every day like some big old mama lashy. A gossip about garbage. When him should be the one talking about these things and what the government should be doing. When the Ministry of Finance should be protecting the Jamaican people from something that is coming by now in September the latest. I am not a financial advisor. I am not offering financial advice. Everything is for educational purposes. Yeah? But I am very much aware as to what is happening. The news did about una promote the news. Una still a try to hang on to the dirty banking system that we have here. That has failed the Jamaican people miserably. People money are going missing like a nut in your NCB on the attack. On the attack, say cryptocurrency is now the order of the day, and point Jamaicans to these to this open market where some of these people can take a little much of them off, go trade and turn it into much more. But you cannot do that because of the monopoly. Where you play with the Jamaican people them. Where you want them to come out and look at dirty bank when now protect the people their money. You not attack. When you supposed to talk in our country? I can't talk about flipping Rhoda and Andrew Holness. Who gives a rat's ass? Who cares? We don't care. We are concerned about the 1.6 trillion Jamaican dollar that cannot be found. We are concerned about the flipping illicit six. We are concerned about the teachers who are dying. Suddenly, sudden deaths. And the Ministry of Health is quiet while focusing on a flipping focus focus on who? On Ministry of Health? Because he get lick off a bicycle? Wow! It is so coincidental that Mr. Valiant, who is one of the most popular Jamaican, loved and respected by the ghetto youths them because of his craft and his talent. It's so coincidental that at a time when the country should be focused on matters of importance, you lick him off. You utter everybody on bicycle, you lick off Tufton off a bicycle. Bicycle. You lick him off and then break him wrist and it becomes news and everybody is saying flipping well wishes. We want to know about the genocide that has been committed against the Jamaican people them. Christopher Tufton need to sit down in a courthouse in front of some judge, some serious people who are ready to ask, what made my mama dead from this thing where only force if we take? 20% of Jamaica took the stinking dirty vaccine. And our teachers are dying. And nobody wants to talk about how they died. And the families of these people refuse to ask for independent personnel outside of the country to come and do proper autopsy upon them people. Why make them dead so sudden? Because we want to know. AstraZeneca was removed from the flipping market because now we know that we who were talking, we're not telling you say, that's something not right. Or to force it upon we. You, Christopher Tufton, tell the people them say, if you don't want water, take a vaccine. And Jamaicans are pretend like you don't know. Let me tell you this, you know. Yo, you see me? Me telling you already, you know. Me telling you, you know. Them people here in the government don't mean no good, you know. And people keep wondering, why am I so angry? I am angry because me grew up in a good yard. Where we learn to love and respect everybody. And they care for me Jamaican people them. And to sit and watch how politicians constantly rob and rape we. And kill half the people them. We would like to talk about the medical apartheid that was committed on 20% of Jamaicans. You hear me telling you? The mass genocide. Don't shove it on the freaking carpet. You think a little place we go and we have to put our mask and rubbing alcohol every freaking day upon our hands until some of our hands dry out like chip? Because I want to tell you how dangerous COVID was. Where is it now? Want to collect it in one buckle? Where there? Where COVID there? Where is it? Where is there? And we should just pardon no. We should just forget about it. And Jamaicans busy at talk about who for party if we go back in the power. Una talk about who for party if we go back in the power. And this, let me tell you this, you know. Let me tell you this, you know. Let me tell you this. Wake up. Wake up. You see, by now in September, this is my prediction based on my analysis of what's happening globally with the rapid financial shift. Me say, yo, you see the pandemonium we're going to break out in Jamaica. Watch a joke. You think politicians don't have them passports and how much of them have dual and triple and triple citizenship? And maybe quadruple citizenship? Them can fly out here anytime. Any flipping time. You see the rest of us can't leave here, sir. With the 290 odd active gang according to the Ministry of National Security that is here. When them man the hungry and start kick off on the door, all who can protect themselves, protect on themselves. Anybody who can left us, left us. You see, uno politician, you see when the people them ready for uno, your thing say is Molotov bomb, them are go fling over Garden House. And look at that. Today, Juliet Owness, you had the audacity of talking about how no one for instantly, with immediate effect, advance security at Garden House. But the many Jamaicans who are being robbed and raped, and the fact that we have Jamaicans going missing by the minute. More than 2,000 Jamaicans go missing per year since 2018. That is a report that came out of the Ministry of National Security. When you go do no research, over 2,000 Jamaicans go missing every year. We never know. 151 children went missing last year. Out of the 151, 100 and I think 34 were girls. 134 girls. Already for this year, we have a number of Jamaicans who have gone missing and nobody can talk about it. We're not talking about these things. When you get up and talk about Rhoda and Andrew and Juliet and a family kind of video them don't want to share, don't want flipping share because don't want to hear the truth. When you get up over there chat about freaking gossip every goddamn day, I don't want to talk about these things. Jamaicans are about to go into a state of shock. The US dollar is going to be dying a horrible death by now. And September, the latest, can't sound never year. The BRICS are going to release them dollars. 97 countries will be joining the BRICS, and Jamaica is not one of them. Why would 97 countries be joining an organized body that is bent on de-dollarizing the US dollar? You don't want nobody to talk about this. So I want to send people, I want to find people. Let me tell you something. You see me, I mean one and God mark. I want to send them, whoever I want to send them. Watch a joke in this country. Watch a revolution where we are start here, son. No.
In this video, the speaker criticizes the media and political space for focusing too much on personal drama and political gossip, while serious national matters are ignored. He questions why so much airtime is spent on alleged relationships and controversy when there are far bigger issues affecting everyday Jamaicans. According to him, the country should be paying more attention to economic preparedness, public safety, financial accountability, missing persons, and whether leadership is truly protecting the people. His frustration is rooted in the belief that ordinary Jamaicans are always the last priority. Now let's be very clear here. This channel is not confirming or endorsing every statement made in the video. Some claims are opinions, some are interpretations, and some require independent verification. This content is shared for discussion, awareness, and reflection, not fear, not panic, and not blind agreement. What matters here is the conversation, not just the conclusion. And this is where Christmas comes in. Christmas reminds us of care, protection, and responsibility, especially towards the most vulnerable. On Christmas Day, we should be asking ourselves, are leaders truly listening to the people? Are the media highlighting what matters most? Are we as citizens too distracted by noise to demand solutions? Because when families are struggling, when crime affects daily life, when people feel unsafe, unheard, or uncertain about the future, that's not politics. That's human reality. One thing this speaker gets right is this: distraction is dangerous. When society spends more time arguing about personalities than policies, real problems quietly grow. And that doesn't mean we agree with every word spoken. It means we acknowledge that something deeper is being expressed. Anger doesn't come from nowhere. Frustration doesn't appear in a vacuum. It grows when people feel ignored year after year. This is not a call for chaos. This is not a call for hate. This is not a call for panic. This is a call for awareness, critical thinking, accountability, and respectful conversation. We can disagree without disrespect. We can question without attacking. And we can demand better without tearing each other down. As we celebrate Christmas today, let's remember that love for our country is not silence, it's care. Care enough to ask questions, care enough to listen, care enough to demand solutions instead of distractions. Once again, Merry Christmas to you and your family. May the new year bring clearer priorities, stronger leadership, and real progress for Jamaica. If you found this video meaningful, like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments respectfully. Bless up and thanks for watching.